Hey guys, here we are at a Vintage Daily event. We're playing against Atog 2115. It is currently April 24th, and the Atog likes to play Storm. And that's a pretty tough match for us, but we're playing Sylvan Mentor today. Who won the die roll? We won the die roll. So we could preordain here. I am going to keep this against my better judgment. Looking for a misstep and a force of will here, one of the two. Do we want Black Lotus? I think we do. I mean, we could just lose on the spot here, guys, but it is what it is. Black Lotus is pretty hard to pass up. Now, we're kind of stone cold here to a duress or him just storming off and killing us, but let's see what happens. Pretty decent start from us, though. And Dig Through Time, will it be active? No, we'll be short 1 mana next turn. So now that I'm thinking about this, it does feel pretty bad against Storm. So our gig is up, so he could just very well go off on us here. I don't know how good of a matchup Storm is versus Mentor. Mentor certainly has the tools to fight it. This could have just been a bad keep on our part. I mean, you can disrupt Storm relatively easily. Wouldn't be surprised to see him play a defense grid. So we just got here with another Gitaxian Probe there. So he's looking for the kill right here. Storm count 2. Yep, he's going off. Dark Ritual. Okay, Duress. So maybe not. Okay. That's a bit of a brick on our part. We'll just pass here. We will fetch it into turn, trying to thin our library a little bit. And, hopefully we can draw an Ancestral Recall would probably be our best draw. We're in a pretty vulnerable position here. Flusterstorm would be satisfactory. A Treasure Cruise would be decent. Unfortunately, we've got so many lands in our hand here. Gush would be reasonable. Now, he may think that we have a counterspell in hand here. So he's going. Is this an Necropolis? No, he's just going. Interesting. I guess he's just doing a Dark Petition here. Floating 3 mana off the Lion's Eye. Oh, Hurkyl's Recall. All right. I mean, look, that's not great for us, but there's a chance he bricks here, so let's see. Fine. 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 We're doing great here, guys. Fine. Come on, one more. Ooh, he did hit a Ponder. It's kind of scary. Could be worse. I mean, he could have found an Avert spell, but there's a lot of redundancy in his deck that could make him go off here, but should crack his Lion's Eye here would be my guess. Just going to sit here for a second and make him think I'm stewing on this as to whether I want to counter it or not. Let's hope he shuffles them, guys. I don't feel good about this, but I mean, we had a really good spin there on that Mind's Desire. Oh, okay, so he got it. All right. It's more than lethal with the tendrils. All right, I can live with this, guys. That is pretty darn good for us here. I mean, what we hope to avoid here is a duress. Oh, he actually has a duress here. All right. Do I just force a will that? I don't think so. Have to have a big hit here, guys. Missed up. All right. Well, we can stop it. We can force a will it. He moves to the next phase. I think we just Flusterstorm here, guys. Flusterstorm was one I'd like to save, but because I floated my mana and gushed, it's a lot of storm on the stack here. So once again, we got to hope he bricked a little bit. Having double force here is pretty good. I mean, it's the best case scenario outside of having a Flusterstorm instead of some of these lands, but it's unfortunate we don't have any mana next turn to cast anything here, unless we draw a cantrip. Time Walk. No, he still has Mox Jet. That's fine. He still has Mox Jet and Mana Vault in his exiled zone. I wonder if he's forgotten about those, or these are just baiting spells. Yep. All right. Unlimited man over there. One of the worst cards we could get hit with here would be Cabal Therapy. I don't really want him seeing my hand. I mean, you know, we're showing weakness obviously here, but I think the likelihood of him thinking I have another Force of Will is probably pretty small. Well, not really, but Now, if we can draw a cantrip and we get to our next turn, we can win. Ancestral Recall. I think that's fine. I mean, I kind of need to worry about a lethal spell here, and okay. Versus, you know, giving him another duress effect, but probably just dead right here, but I think he's just drawing so many cards. But that Time Twister did work out pretty good for us. And that Gush, 2 Force of Wills. Fodder for the Force of Wills and a Flusterstorm. We've just been hit with 2 duress effects, so... Wheel of Fortune, interesting. Why would he do that? He just discarded his hand. Okay, so we got a force. Interesting, okay. Did I miss something here? Okay, I mean, that's what we've got, guys. Cantrip? Nope. Just got to hope for a brick here on his end. Wow. Really lucky, guys. Really lucky. I don't know how we pulled that out, but... So, I like Rest in Peace in this match. I like Canonist is very good. Flusterstorm. These are all very strong cards. Johnny's kind of mediocre. Supreme Verdict is pretty bad. Swords are bad. Yes, we could play a Steel Sabotage. Do I want to Steel Sabotage over like a Pithing Needle? Or a Tormod's Crypt? Probably not. I mean, I need to probably get rid of one of these as well. Because they're just absolutely awful with Rest in Peace. I kind of do like Dark Faden. Dark Faden's a great filter. Let's try that, guys. This is pretty bad. I mean, I'll keep it against my better judgment. If we rip something like a turn 1 Mentor, it's reasonable. Hopefully our opponent continues to mulligan here. It's already down to 6. All right, duress. We've got to do that because he takes our brainstorm if we don't, and I don't want him to have the intel of our hand either, because that's pretty bad for us actually. I hate to do this main like this, but I'm gonna take a Tundra because we've got the Ruby. Well, I'm going to put the Ruby there. Now, the unfortunate thing is that we've put 2 Gushes on top, and even Ancestraling here is not that great because we're not guaranteed to hit a land. I guess we're drawing 2 blind cards. Okay. Canonist is pretty strong, though. That I can live with. Oh, he's going off. We're going to see a mini Tendrils here? Dark Petition? Time Twister. Okay. That's really great for him, especially because we bricked pretty hard. Wow. It's gruesome for us, guys. Well, we got a good Time Twister last time. Suspect he's going to pass back to us here, but... pretty damn good. Force of Will. We're really looking for a force here. Could play Library and draw a card versus Gushing and drawing 2. I think I just got to do the Library. Pass here. Yes, I can't Gush. I'm missing that extra card. And we probably just Stone Cold just die if this resolves, but we're not going to win at all if we Gush here for the sake of drawing 1 extra card. Like, I don't know. So there goes Probe. Like, if we could draw Force of Will off the top here, boy, does that change our plight. Barring he hits a duress effect or something, which just wrecks us. Dark Ritual. Oh, he does have a Duress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jeez, that just destroys us. We got a draw. Oh, that would have saved us too. We're just dead. Let's see if he just completely bricks with his Yawgmoth's Bargain. He's got 17 draws. It is possible he draws 17 lands. Actually, probably don't have 17 lands in their decks, but possible. But I doubt it. So this was a pretty loose keep on our end. Actually, no, we got a really bad Time Twister. What am I talking about? So there we go. That's Yawgmoth's Bargain. It's going to be painful to sit through this, guys, but we'll let our opponent try and show us his stuff here. So he's looking for a kill right now, by the looks of things. So what are we looking for off the top if we get a turn? Time Walk would probably be a good start. Notice. Just everything. Embarrassment of riches. Guess we don't need to worry about all this stuff anymore. My opponent just has too much information to process here by the looks of things. This should be a very, very quick kill for him. So he's probably fumbling around. And if he's doing that, that's a good thing because that's how mistakes happen. I've been in that position myself with Storm before where just too much going on and you end up making a critical error where you have exiled your tendrils or something and you're farting around and then you go and look for it and it's gone. Or that's like a Necropotence. My opponent is enjoying himself here. All right. I was going to say there's no need for my opponent to run me up this high, but we're going to have an awful lot of stuff going on here, boy. We'll see how greedy our opponent wants to get here. Okay, he's just going to finish me. See that, guys. Yeah, tough match here. Days like this that you're wishing you're playing workshops when you're up against them. This is my list here. Just a regular run-of-the-mill Sylvan Mentor deck that has been putting up tremendous numbers on Magic Online since the restriction of Lodestone Golem. I've got in a Johnny Van Jaunt just to try something a little different here. Okay, that's pretty good. Not that I expect to force a will out of him, but Aethersworn Canonist is pretty strong. Now this stops us from doing big mentor shenanigans as well, but still pretty good. He's now penciled into finding a Chain of Vapor. And there's a spell for the turn, gentlemen. And ladies, should you be listening. And believe it or not, this little 2/2 is going to put some pressure on my opponent here, I think, before he's able to go off. And I'm not going to brainstorm here. Unless he duresses me, which he can't do this turn. I really have no problem with a Sol Ring. If he's playing out his Moxus, ooh, that I don't like as much. That is one of the ways that he does win. That's okay. I am going to brainstorm here, though. Nope, apparently I'm not. Okay. I'm not unhappy with this. Do I brainstorm here? I think I do. It shuts off my Flusterstorm, unfortunately, but I still have a Force of Will. And if we miss a land next turn off our Preordain, this is presuming he doesn't force my hand here. I mean, he may hit us with a duress here, which we just saw it happen. I really don't like that. Really don't like that. sadly is a bit of a game changer for us, because if he finds a chain here and he returns this to my hand, unfortunately I think we are penciled into actually countering this here, because we cannot win if he does this. So I think we have to do it. Now the problem with this is he can just storm us out here, because this does not count with the defense grid. So he has to remove my guy. I think we just got to do it, guys. The question is, what do we pitch? Preordain. We'll keep the gush. So I hope he doesn't have a chain in hand here. Okay, that I can live with. Yeah, defense grid is an absolute problem. You know, this is my sideboard tech, this is his sideboard tech, and it's really tough to beat a defense grid. Like, 2 defense grids just leaves him, there's nothing I can do about it, which is really bad for us. And even in this situation here, I've got this gush in hand, but I don't know that I can do gush, because I can't Flusterstorm him next turn. You know, yes, I could do it end of turn, but I don't get to play my land. Actually, I can't do it at his turn. He chose not to shuffle his library. Well, we've got to survive our turn here. Maybe it was time for me to do that there. I don't know. A duress effect certainly is going to hurt us here. Okay, this does not look a... That I can live with. See, if I had known he was going to do that, it was absolutely right to gush last turn. Like, and I mean, I can gush here. Oh, let's attack here. And taking down my shields here is not ideal, but we're going to use this here. Missed. So now, actually, I should have. I can't gush there. I was going to say I should have gushed, but I already played a cantrip. We were lucky to find the misstep here, and at least we can interact that way. Okay, fair enough. Fought him off another turn here. Drawing a blind card, we don't know what it is. That's actually a really good draw here, guys. Because it's 2 of them that he has to get rid of. Now I can actually gush. White. Blue. Right, I can play this still. It's an artifact. Okay. Echoing Truth would be just atrocious for us, but actually, yeah, it would be. Can't cast it, right? Next turn. It's pretty good for him, actually. Polluted Delta. Can just shuffle away his stuff. I don't know if I would have countered that or not. And we're just going to sit back on Flusterstorm here now. And hopefully we got enough time to do it. He needs either an Echoing Truth, which is not normal tech, but some people can run it, or 2 chains to get around this. And he can only play 1 a turn. So we'd have to Yawg Will. That actually doesn't work, because you can't Yawg Will and chain. It'd be 2 spells in a turn. So Echoing Truth, I think, is the one card that really hurts us here. I mean, maybe we just slam a Mentor next turn. We kill him the following turn. I think that's probably correct. Opponent is 8 minutes behind us here, but Storm is one of those decks. It's very complex, and even the smallest nuance done wrong can cause you to lose a game. Okay. Here's the thing. I don't think... I think we give him the extra turn here. I think holding up Flusterstorm is just correct, rather than trying to kill him next turn. Five. So his fetches are now shut off. Hopefully he does not duress us here. That's a bit scary, isn't it? Can't Flusterstorm that. He can pay it. Okay. So here's the time of trial. Echoing Truth. I feel like I just go for it. I mean, I don't feel like I hold Flusterstorm up here, do I? Because if he Echoing Truths me during my own turn, I guess he can get me. How else does he beat me, though? I mean, I can remove his entire graveyard. He can chain 1. He can Echoing Truth me. He's got 6 cards in hand. If he Echoing Truths me, I cannot stop it. How else do I die? I guess if he has a bunch of Mox. Like, he can probably Tendrils me here. Right? If he plays like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Moxes and Tendrils me, I think that's fine. But then he's completely out of juice. Yeah, maybe I just ponder here, look for Force of Will. I don't know, maybe I just play a Mentor. Well, let's attack regardless. He's got an Echoing Truth end of turn. What did he go and get? All right. I think it's Echoing Truth or bust. And, if it was Echoing Truth, maybe I should have played Rest in Peace. Okay. Tight decision lines here, guys. I'm really just not sure if I was playing this right. I missed one. I missed a Gush trigger earlier where I should have, gone for it. Didn't. I mean, I didn't know whether I should have done it or not, but is this a Goblin Warrens? Goblin Warrens is pretty good. So he gets 4 triggers off that. It's really great. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to stop him here. Hopefully I did that right. Yeah, I did. Okay. So if he cracks his LED, he can pay it, but he loses everything, and I'm pretty fine with that trade. And it's looking like he's trying to do that. I mean, he would have cost him all his cards in his hand. I would have absolutely played Rest in Peace then, removing his graveyard, and his outs would have been so minimal. Would have played a Rest in Peace Pondered there, and probably would have got there one way or another. I mean, I was under no pressure to attack him here at all with those Goblin tokens. I got a Mentor here the following turn. Pleasant fellow.